you're about to see is real. All video and audio was captured at an actual paranormal investigation. Nothing has been manufactured or staged. On this episode of Local Haunts, the team heads across the street from their home at CW17 Studios to the radio station known as 1010XL. This building has a long broadcast history in Jacksonville airwaves. It was the home for stations like WAPE and Rock 105, and it's now the home of sports talk radio 1010XL. But it's also the home of paranormal activity. Studio doors swing open by themselves. People feel uneasy and not alone while working there. Countless unexplained occurrences happen at all hours of the day and night. Just what dwells in the hallways and control rooms of the radio station? Find out as we explore Local Haunts.
Hello and welcome to Local Haunts. I'm your host, Steve Christian. Joining me as usual is my co-host, spiritual medium, Pamela Theresa. And also joining us is Olga Geekus and Dax Slade. And on cameras are Joe Talentino and Savannah Huffingham. And from 1010XL is Scott Irvine and Donna Murphy. You might recognize Donna from the 1010 at 10 segments that air weeknights at 10 on CW17. Scott has worked in the building now known as 1010XL since it was WAPE and Rock 105 years ago. And he has had several unexplained experiences over the years. And our investigation begins right now. Even before we started the investigation, we caught our first EVP of the night. The spirits that dwell in the radio station were ready for us. Okay, you're rolling.
Oh, okay.
You can hear an unknown female voice chime in and say, "We're ready." Here it is again, filtered and amplified. Okay, you're rolling.
Oh, okay.
Let's walk this way. Okay.
Oh, there you are.
King's in the building. Oh, hold on a second. As I went back to get a piece of equipment that I needed, our camera picked up a Class A EVP of the female we caught before. She was talking to a male spirit. I'm Steve, this is Donna, Pamela, Scott. You got Joe with this camera, Dax, Olga, and Savannah with this camera. Is it, we able to close this door?
Mm-hmm. Just under the brick.
The brick.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Is there somebody in here with us right now, please? Did you ever work here? Let's play this back and see if we got somebody talking to us. Now, Scott, you've seen us do this before.
Right.
This is an EVP recorder, and Donna, you're new to this.
Yes.
So what this does, this records sound, and we can record spirit voices that you don't hear when they're, well, she can, but we don't hear them when they're talking necessarily, but this can pick them up.
Okay.
1010XL investigation. Over now. Going in here with the shot.
Over here.
These
There's a female been in here saying, over here. And she just touched her arm.
This is yet another validation of Pamela's abilities to hear spirit. She had heard the spirit talking while I was recording, and when we played it back, she was validated in what she heard.
Coming up on Local Haunts.
So you just heard talking out there, didn't you?
I heard something, yeah.
Yeah, so you're hearing.
Guests of Local Haunts get a special treat. They get to hear the dead speak.
I don't know, someone like a voice. Yeah, so. She's right here. You want to feel it? You can feel the warmth. Go back out. No, nobody's been sitting there. So go in, just go. Little team like come out.
You feel it,
Right there. We've got quite a bit of activity in this here space, in this building. I walked in and I'm like, oh, no wonder I was tired.
Well, there's a lot of EMF here, obviously, from the equipment, so that's probably going to affect you, too.
Yeah.
In fact, our K2 meters are going to
But
be going off.
they're drawn to it because it helps them, it helps fortify their energies.
I love that.
One thing about the building is there's a lot of copper shielding in the walls and the ceiling
And that's also
in
a
these
conduit
studios.
as well. That's good.
I've already got a few EVPs here. This is this brief little recording. You hear that little voice in there? That's her.
I can't make it out.
Right, come over here now.
Again.
Right, come over here now.
When you were originally doing that, I was standing there. I could see her standing right between you two.
Did you see her grab his arm when he went to...
I didn't see that. I just looked like that, and I'm like, well, there's somebody standing in between them.
But she's
That's
hanging
pretty
right
cool.
here.
That's awesome, man.
Did you ever work here?
Yeah.
Did you ever work here?
Did she say that live just now? Or
No, she told me no when you were...
when I asked that the first time?
But also she has a right head injury. The top is right of her head. On the right side of her head. That was her cause of that.
Okay, well, we got our voice on there. So I know we have somebody, obviously, because A, you told us, and B, because I can validate that.
And empathically, I started, linking to the space while we were over there, and I got extremely tired. So we've got somebody in here. Do you notice that when you come in, sometimes you feel really tired? And you might.
It's a tedious job.
Okay. What I'm saying is, just you were fine, but then you come in all of a sudden, you start feeling a little bit drained, a little bit tired. So that might be you picking up empathically on somebody else. Everybody's empathic. Everybody's sensitive. So if it just comes from out of nowhere, you're just. Well, and you could even pick up, if I'm tired and I'm very much in the physical, you could pick up on that as well. So there's really no difference between feeling spirit and feeling me through the energies.
I mean, I know I haven't had the experiences Scott has had because he started here when it used to be another station a long time ago. But I mean, if I'm ever here by myself, early in the mornings, late at night, on the weekends, I just always feel like there's somebody watching,
It's because they're
but I never hear anything. So.
Yeah.
You're never alone
Also,
in this
too,
building, that's for sure.
I don't know if you've ever picked up when you come in here, right here in the stomach, or especially recently, we have somebody that was injured here, like right there.
Well,
If you've ever felt that, it's not you, it's them.
well, you mentioned being tired. There's one time, Sunday morning, I would come in to do one of the shows here. It starts at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I would have like a cup of coffee on the way over here, and I'd be wide awake, and about an hour later, I wanted to sit down in the chair and just fall asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I literally had a hard time keeping my eyes open. I'm just, all of a sudden I started getting the empathic hit from over here, but I'm extremely sensitive. But also too, I know this seems like power of suggestion, so I'm asking if you picked up on this recently or whatnot, but injury right here. So we can feel others' injuries, cause of death. We all can. So if you're feeling something about right there, right underneath that rib, like a sharp, or in the right side of the head, if you picked up on that. So sometimes, most of the time, people are just like, oh, there's something wrong with me, not realizing that an awful lot of times, they're just picking up on the energies. Don't be surprised if the next days or weeks to come, people that work here or something, you might hear, oh, all of a sudden my head hurts, or oh, it feels like I got gas right here, or got stabbed right here. Just so it usually validates at a later date. It'll surprise you.
Okay.
You'll be going, oh, what?
Nice. Is this the door that flew open during the show?
No, that's the one down the hall.
Okay. These are pretty heavy doors.
Yeah.
They're still doors. And it just flew open on its own one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Extremely heavy.
They're soundproof doors.
Yeah.
And you were touched in the hallway one time?
Yeah, that same hallway down there. I was walking, it was the end of a show, and the lights were even on and everything, and I had my Bluetooth in my ear, and I was walking down the hall, nobody else was there. Something just brushed past me, and when it did, my Bluetooth just made this blip sound. And it's never done that, it's never done that after that. So I thought that was really weird.
Like an energy pulse from...
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. That's pretty cool.
Is she still in the chair?
Mm-hmm. She's waiting for us to go.
Oh, she wants us to go. Move on. Okay, well, fine.
Coming up on Local Haunts.
So you just heard talking out there, didn't you?
I heard something, yeah.
Yeah, so you're hearing.
Guests of Local Haunts get a special treat. They get to hear the dead speak.
I don't know, someone like a voice.
And now we were going to relocate to the control room where Scott said that the steel soundproof door had swung open by itself. Yeah, this place is pretty active.
Yes.
All right, we're on the wall.
There's a studio here that the door flew.
Oh, really? Okay. We'll come back to that one.
Okay, where was that?
Oh, right here, this studio right here?
Oh, exactly where I stopped. Said, excuse me?
Yes.
Yeah, he just ran right through there.
Is he in here now?
Yeah, she saw me do that. You heard me, right?
Yep.
Is he-
I
Because he literally went whoop, and I stopped. Because he's kind of solid. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting spot right here, over here in the corner.
As soon as I walked by,
Come on,
I
sweetie,
felt
on the
I
balcony.
felt sick.
You know, nobody's been in here. You'll feel his. You go in. You want to go in. Like feel the vibrational current, and you'll be able to feel my energy right here. Everybody has energy, and you'll want to slide through. And you can do this with like transition, people that are heavenly who are here in spirit helping us. Like say, my brother, for instance, who's standing right here. You go feel his warmth. He's not
Okay.
earthbound, okay?
Hey, Patrick.
But it's a slight, a lighter warmth.
Okay.
Whereas we have him here who's earthbound, which there's, he just hasn't transitioned yet. So you pull out, you'll feel that warmth.
Okay.
And it's a little bit pricklier.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the difference. Do you want to check it out?
Sure.
Okay.
I think Donna's,
I'm going to give you a compare and contrast as well with my brother. My brother's name is Patrick. So he's right here. You'll feel his warmth. He's not earthbound. He's lighter. Pull back out again. So if you stay in them, you'll be used to them. It's like getting in a tub full of water that's your same temperature. So you want to feel this energy here. You'll recognize your energy, my energy. You'll slide in, and you'll feel his vibrational current slide back out onto it. And then contrast with the earthbound spirit. My brother's not earthbound. He's transitioned heavenly. This one right here,
you should feel
he's
heavier.
heavier and
and
prickly. It's different.
warmer.
I feel like I could feel something on the tip of my finger.
Yes, right.
That's why.
But this, so like if somebody with warmth who's in spirit who loves you, and you'll feel that warmth who's, well, he loves us too, but he's just not, he's earthbound like we are still, only
Sure.
he's not in the physical. That's the only difference.
Another couple of things that have happened in here. In the middle of a show one time, Drake sits here. Dr. Truth, the other host, sits over there. Drake swears he saw somebody on that counter there, grasping the counter like this and leaning over it.
Right, that's him. His name, we're calling him Daryl. He's claiming it. Okay, so he's quite solid. In fact, he stopped me dead in my tracks when because for me he was really solid. I thought somebody was running in front of me, but it was actually him.
All right. Is your name really Daryl? What happened to your stomach? And were you here when I did the radio show with Earth Radio before?
Yep. He's been here a while.
Did you ever work here?
No.
So you see how that works? People think that people have to have died someplace or have some sort of attachment to a building to quote unquote haunt it.
We didn't die in Walmart and we're there all the freaking time.
We just owe our souls to it.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's a good one.
I just wonder why here, if they didn't work here or die here.
Gotta be somewhere.
It's just free will. It could be that
They like the
somebody that's
energy too, I
familiar to
think.
them. Yeah, they're people too. The only difference, like I said, is the skin. Although they're real in their realm.
Our new friend right there. Anything with his head, because Olga and I are picking up on head pressure big time.
The head was the female back in there.
Okay. Because we walked in here and all of a sudden both of us.
So she may have followed us in here.
Yeah.
This person here is more in the area of the stomach injuries
Okay.
here.
Does it feel like cabin pressure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You feeling it? Okay.
But the vibrational current's shifting, and when my brother Patrick stepped in, because he's high vibration, that's what's going to, really make
Okay.
your crown chakra go boom.
Coming up on Local Haunts.
So you just heard talking out there, didn't you?
I heard something, yeah.
Yeah, so you're hearing.
Guests of Local Haunts get a special treat. They get to hear the dead speak.
I don't know, sound like a voice.
What happened to your stomach?
What is that in the background?
Buzz.
Yeah, on your thing.
No, she's hearing.
Oh,
you're hearing. You are
She
sensitive.
is actually
You can
really
hear
good.
now. Can you hear the difference in the vibrational current? Like it's a male voice, whereas in there
Yeah.
is more female. She's hearing like I am. Woo, give
She
me a bump.
heard. She heard the voices.
Yeah.
She actually,
I love it.
she does 10-10 and 10 for us over at CW17 across the street.
And I was hearing stuff over
She
there.
was hearing voices in the studio one
You're,
day.
you're hearing him. So now you know the vibrational current. You can
Yeah.
hear his. I can hear his voice.
But it also, it's weird because it also sounds like music in the back.
But
where
that's
you just
okay.
had
That's the
it.
layers of energy. You're
Okay.
totally linking into the energies, and you're hearing the many different realms that are being picked
Right.
up here. So you've got a really good ear.
We relocated again to the break room, which is centrally located in the middle of the building.
I'm also too. I'm picking up over here a really bad throat issue. Mm-hmm. As soon as I sat down, well, I knew I had somebody here, right here. Want to validate? Come on. Come on, newbies. You can feel them.
Actually was drawn right to the couch. Went
Uh-huh.
from there.
So why don't we do EVP and just continue to talk a little bit while you do the EVP with voice, normal voice. That's where I've always captured my best EVP, actually, if I'm just having a conversation.
So is this the same spirit as before, sitting
No,
down?
this
or
is
it
somebody
different?
totally different. This one was throat cancer. We have throat cancer right here.
Yeah.
A male.
Are you friends with Daryl?
So you just heard talking out there, didn't you?
It sounded like a voice.
I heard something, yeah.
Yeah, so you're hearing.
Actually, there's something on coming through the wall. You can hear it.
Well, no, there's that, but did you hear somebody say get out?
I just heard something really sharp.
Okay, well, you felt it because there was somebody saying get out.
I'm Steve, by the way. This is Pamela. Assorted people.
Was he underneath that?
Yes, he was. You're
Yeah.
hearing the layers. Look at you. Good job.
Jedi.
Yes.
It turns out that the radio station 1010XL is quite active and populated with earthbound spirits. However, it had a few less after our investigation, thanks to Pamela Theresa helping them transition. And special thanks to Donna Murphy and Scott Irvine for tagging along with us in this local haunt. If you or somebody you know would like to book Pamela for a private or group read, contact her at mediumintheraw.com or call 904-238-4359 and reconnect to lost loved ones.